All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started here with Mateo Fernandez de Oliveira here at the Mexico Open at Vidanta. Mateo, this is your second PGA Tour start, playing on a sponsor exemption this week. Just talk a little bit about just the surroundings here at Vidanta and getting to tee it up again on the PGA Tour.
Well, of course, it's going to be an honor for me to make my actual PGA Tour debut this week at Vidanta. It's my first time here also. The course is unbelievable. It's in unbelievable shape. The whole resort, the whole people, all the stuff, they are just amazing. They've been treating us real good and making us feel like home.
That's great. And obviously making your first start since the Masters. Just talk a little bit about that experience. What was that like? And I guess what do you take from that experience coming into this week?
Yeah, I mean, the Masters was a great experience just to have a first look at how the pros play, how they prepare, how they compete. It was very, very helpful for me to come here and moving on in my career. I'm looking forward to this week, every week that I get to play with them, I just try to learn from them and get better, and just, it's a long process. And the more weeks that you get to play against them, you'll always learn more and just get better.
Just lastly, on your experience at Augusta, were there any specific moments that stand out? Any fun interactions? You played some cool practice rounds there as well. What kind of stands out as you reflect on that week?
Yeah, I mean, all the practice days they were just fun. I got to play with Taylor Moore, Joaquin Niemann, Abraham Anser, Mito Pereira. Then the last day was Colin Morikawa, Kurt Kitayama, and Minwoo Lee. So they are all great guys. I got to hang out with them and just ask them for advice, and they were all really good guys. And from the competition itself, I mean, the first tee I was feeling very nervous. I was shaking walking to it, and it was a hard time just to hit that ball, but I got to do it well, and just compete out there was something special for me.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but your next start after that was playing in the SEC Championship, or one of the next starts. I mean, I guess what's it like playing in an event like that, going back to college and playing with your team in Arkansas, and then now back here on the PGA Tour, having to shift that focus around? What's that like?
Well, actually, it was a little tougher because on Monday after the Masters, I had to leave. During Sunday, I drove from Augusta to Virginia to play a 36-18 hole event. So I played 54 holes in 2 days, walking, carrying my bag, just thinking about what I experienced in the last 3 days. So I played 2 tournaments after that. SEC was good. I just didn't play quite well the way I was expecting to it. But we made it to regionals with the team, right on the number. It's been a long season, and now we're looking forward for the bowl season. I think we have a lot to do in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully, anything can happen in bowl season. So hopefully we can make a deep run in the national championship at the end of May.
Yeah, and speaking to looking ahead to the future, you got a lot going on with that, and obviously graduating, and then you get to play in the U.S. Open and the Open Championship this summer. I guess just take us through what your future looks like after you get to play in those major championships. What's next?
Yeah, so as you said, bowl season is coming up, then Palmer Cup, then also the U.S. Open and the Open. I got to play them as an amateur, so I will stay as an amateur until the end of the summer. And, well, right after that, I'm turning pro and starting my professional career, so I'm very excited for that. I still don't know what exactly the plans are going to look like, but hopefully you never know what can happen in the next couple of weeks. So, hope to start on the right path.
Perfect. And then just, again, focus back toward this week, because you are here ready to compete against the best players in the world. This golf course in particular, you mentioned at the start, but how do you think this golf course kind of suits your game after really seeing it here this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's a course. There's some holes that are hard out there, that you have to hit really good tee shots and then just put the ball in play, and from there move on. Probably there are not going to be a lot of birdies in those holes. So once you get over those holes, then you can be aggressive. And it's a course that it's very, very long, but it's also kind of wide from the tee. So you get to be aggressive from the tee and get as much distance as you can. So then the second shots, you don't have a 7-wood or a 4-iron.
Yeah, a little long this week, right?
Yeah.
And just lastly for me, and then we can open up to any questions in Spanish if necessary. But obviously a lot going on right now, and a lot of distractions and things happening. Who have been some people that you've kind of looked up to during this process throughout your career, who you've been able to really rely on for advice?
Yeah, I mean, now I'm getting to know a little more the players, and it's always nice to hear from them, their experiences, and just how they made the transition, some of them from college to their professional career, and then also talking a lot to the Argentinians and Latin Americans player this week that I speak the same language, so it's there are a lot of familiar faces and that I've seen them on TV a lot, and now I get to play with them and play against them too. So I mean, just asking questions and learning. That's all what I've been trying to do.
Perfect.